Hey, Jules here, and I'm starting a new weekly thing called Featured Item of the Week. If you don't know, I've got a lot of vintage gear here, going back mostly to the 90s, some maybe into the 80s. Got a good bit of designer stuff, snare drums, some really cool pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the more unique stuff week to week and feature it here. And for this week, I've got a HiLite exclusive. That's the copper plated uh, hi-hat stand. And it's almost in perfect condition. It's actually never been played. You can look at it and you can tell it's never been played. And this is something that came from Ron Wixow. And if you know who he is, he's been out on the road with lots of people over the years. He's been with Steve Miller for 3 or 4 years. When he bought this, or when he acquired, however he got it, whenever he acquired this particular hi-hat stand as an endorser, he got quite a bit of the HiLite exclusive gear, and I've got another hi-hat stand that came from him that's worn slam out. It's really ragged. I didn't realize you could get a hi-hat stand that ragged, but it is. This one, I think, was in the box up until lately. It was taken out. There is a little bit of tarnish in one spot, but the pictures are all crystal clear. I don't hide anything. Uh, the thing that makes this quirky for me is I know a lot of people, and when they come to me for something I want, you know, I have to pay for this stuff. This stuff didn't come free to me. And like in the case with the copper hardware, I've got a lot of it. Most of it was out on tour with Cher in 90 or 91 or both. And most of this hardware is the finish is beat off of it pretty bad. Uh, it was copper, nickel copper is how they did the plating process, and then they lacquered it. So once the lacquer is compromised, the copper doesn't hold up very well. It's really hard to get it refinished. It's really expensive if you try to do copper again. And I've thought about trying to get it black powder coated, but even to do that, the finish has to be brought down smooth on every single speck of every single piece, or it really tells on you when you do the powder coating. So what I've got is I've got a lot of hardware that I'm not sure what I'm going to do with. And so I've got several nice pieces that I really need to make work out for me cost wise. But really, when you consider what it is that I have for sale, the price really isn't that bad. This is an almost new 30 something year old hi hat stand in immaculate condition that should work flawlessly for the next several decades, even during regular use. I mean, Todd Zuckerman just retired stands that are 30 or 40 years old that he toured with, and largely I think they all came to him used, so they'd already had some extensive use. And this is the HiLite exclusive stuff's pretty close to being on par with the signature, if not on par with the signature. So this is really high quality stuff. And then to find something with the plating still as beautiful as this is $1,000 piece for me. I can do a little better doing direct. I've got it on reverb for 9.99, and this is one of those things that if you're looking for a bargain, you don't need to be looking for mint condition, nearly mint condition, HiLite exclusive stuff. The buyer for this is out there somewhere, and he's a guy that this is the missing link to his piece, or his stand's gotten beaten up or not functioning well. And unfortunately, I can't just flip this stuff and take a loss. But if you look at what the hi-hat stands sold for new back when they were still on the market, and the fact this is virtually a new one now, it's really not a bad deal, um, comparatively. So hopefully the right guy out there that wants it will get in touch. And anyway, at least once a week, I plan on doing one of these videos with a pictorial of an item. And I've got quite a few things to get out. I got a lot of things that have got to be taken apart and cleaned up and uh, you know get some TLC and reassembled and all that. And I may do a separate video that just kind of shows an overview of what I've got that's in the works to be worked on. So got a lot going on this way, and I wish you'd stay in touch with the watching the videos. And if you have any questions or whatever, reach out to me. And if you're interested in this stand, by all means, I prefer shipping within the United States, but if you're willing to pay extra, I'll ship it internationally. Uh, I've got to clear what I need to clear on this to make it work. Just keep that in mind. But be talking to you soon. Thank you.